Hello, good afternoon, guys. It's Teresa here, and I have something to say. I've got my shades on, which I'm definitely going to take off in a jiff. And we're going to talk about today's topic, which is time, pace, and place. A great conversation to have when we want to truly be transparent with ourselves about where we are in our life. So, you know the topic. Take a book, take a pen, and let's actually discuss everything that has to do with time, pace, and place. Time, place, and pace. Often in our life, we find that we are not at the place that we are supposed to be at, and there's so many things that contribute to that. Sometimes it's pace, and it's also time is constant, and we can't control time because time isn't controlled by man, but time has its own part to play in the journey that you will experience as an individual, as long as you are willing to experience time as its own, within its own existence. There is a time for everything. We are living our lives, and as we live our lives, time is passing by. Time is also coming into existence, and time is also currently in existence as we are living our lives. So what happens is, as we take on the journey of life, we either approach, or that time reaches us, or the movements that we have along our journey take us to the places that are at the time that we need to be at. And that's when someone would say something like, we've arrived. You know that famous saying, we've arrived? We've arrived means that at the time of the place, in time, living it, feeling it, being present, and being surrounded by it also. So time is really important on our journey of life, because what happens is things stop. We lose our jobs, we're going to lockdown, we don't study, we stay at home, we take care of our parents, or we just go through the most in general, with everything going. As that is happening, we learn to understand that this is because of time, my lovelies. Time has not yet reached its set destination. Time has not yet reached its set destination. And if you are not willing to understand that time hasn't reached its set destination, then you will constantly be looking for the right time. We are asked to understand that our time is coming, and once that time arrives, it's going to arrive with certain things that are destined with that time, and that's the journey of life and living. And as long as we are willing to understand this along our journey of life and living, then we come to understand that we have not yet reached our set time. Pace is how fast or how slow you are moving, or you are not moving. Your pace determines when you reach that specific time, and sometimes your pace determines how you reach that specific time. If you reach that time and you're exhausted, there's no point in having reached that time, because you most likely won't be able to meet the demand of that time. I'm going to say that again. If you reach the time and you are exhausted, there's little to no point. Reason being, you might be far too exhausted to even be in that moment, and it happens to the best of us. Actually, we are too exhausted for the moment that we've spent so much time working towards at such an amazing pace, but we might have overworked ourselves, and therefore we are exhausted within that time. We have place is so important. The reason being is that the right place can produce so much good for you if you are also willing to find the good in where you are. We must at all times be willing to find the good in where we are, or we will continue to look for what does not exist. The place at which you are at, it's a motivator, it's a driving force, yes. A needed place to be, a fueler, if you allow it to do that job for you. If not, it will suffocate you. I'm gonna repeat. The place where you are at in life, is a motivator, a driving force, and an accelerator for you. If you are willing to see that within the space and place you are in, if you choose to be nonchalant and pretend that the space that you are in is formed or shaped in a different identity other than what it is, it will continue to suffocate you. If you fail at identifying the true formings of the place that you are at, then you will die, because it will suffocate you and you won't know why you were suffocating, because you are the one holding your own oxygen. So identifying your place will allow you to actually move forward and breathe and be. Okay, lovelies? Okay. This is what I have for today, and I hope you enjoyed my words and what I have to say. I will urge you to like, subscribe, and tell your friends about me. Let's talk, guys. I have a few things to say. Cheers.